Thanks, City Manager. And the mayor kind of hit on it briefly. Officer Padron actually served in the United States Marine Corps and actually served in both Gulf Wars. And it says a lot about him. He served his country overseas, and he served his city here. With that, I'd like to open up to any questions, but please understand that this is an ongoing investigation. The suspect has been charged with capital murder of a police officer, and I'm going to be very careful about what I say because I don't want to do anything to jeopardize bringing, like we do in any case where anybody's a victim, bringing justice to the Padron family, which is something that we will do. Yes, ma'am.
Chief, in the midst of this, it can also be a learning opportunity. And as you look at these videos, is there anything that could have been done differently, or is there anything that you will be using this situation in the future to train your officers in how to respond in a different way?
Well, here's the issue for us. We will always, any critical incident, whether we've used deadly force or we are the victims of deadly force, we always review it critically for lessons learned. But in an instant, we're a democratic policing agency. We're always going to be in a reactive mode. We always are at a disadvantage. Our officer didn't just get to draw his weapon, they never got to get it out and just start shooting at the guy. Unfortunately, it was a low priority, what appeared on the surface to be a low-risk call, and without warning or justification, this guy just took a gun out and shot him in the throat, or in the neck.
Chief, can you tell us at this point how much you can see in the Walmart surveillance video?
You're going to see it. You're going to see quite a bit. Walmart is a company that takes protecting its assets, which at the end of the day, it's protecting the consumers that pay for theft, and they do a very good job of protecting their assets. And so we're going to have a lot of video for the grand jury and for a jury of members of this community to see as they pass judgment.
Chief, can you tell us anything about these Walmart employees who stepped up to take this suspect down?
Not at this time. I want to respect their privacy. And in terms of privacy, please, I would just ask, I know you are under a lot of pressure, but, you know, we've got children involved, we've got young people involved. Please try to respect the privacy of the officer and his family, because I know that you're under a lot of pressure, but this is, there's no more trying time for a family than we've all experienced this in our own lives. It's a time when they really need some privacy. Anything else?
Did you guys conduct a field sobriety test on this suspect at the scene? Can you talk about that at all?
I'm not going to talk about the actual investigation. I did see the suspect. He was handcuffed. He was transported here, and he was interviewed by homicide detectives.
Confirm if you all searched the suspect's place of residence.
I'm sorry, what?
Did you all search the suspect's apartment?
I've been going all day on, I've been focused on other issues. I'm not sure where we're at on that. Sorry.
You mentioned how this was a low-risk, low-priority at the appearance. It almost seems like the police are, pardon the expression, damned if you do, damned if you don't position, because if you had gone in with, you know, a gun drawn or whatnot, you would have been accused, and earlier in the evening having an officer involved shooting on a different spectrum. How do you, do you feel like it's a no-win situation that you're placed in?
It's constant training. If you look at what's going on in the country right now, violent attacks, armed attacks on police officers have been going up, up, and up. If you recall, a few months back, we had a San Antonio officer who was just simply sitting at a red light when somebody got by him and just emptied his AK-47 into the officer's body. That's just the times that we're in. We're at times when the rhetoric, I really believe out there's a hot rhetoric, and on either side of an issue, and that's why we have to be real careful, because the people, the rhetoric doesn't help. We need to be careful about how we approach issues.
And can you describe just a little more? You were saying that he also fired in the direction of the Walmart employees.
He took one shot at fired one shot, discharged one shot, directed at one of the Walmart employees. And he did not strike him. The only person injured was our Officer Padron. Anything else?
Any date of birth on this suspect? You said he's 24.
Yes, I do have. Do you want that? Did you want the date of birth? I do have
Prior
it.
convictions, if you can tell us.
I'm not going to talk about his criminal history. Like I said, we're not going to do anything to jeopardize a capital murder case, so we're not going to talk about that. I will give you his date of birth, and it's 11/11/1987.
The initial call that came in did not say this man had a weapon on him, correct?
If we would have, had we known that this man was armed, we would have approached it much differently. Let's face it, you know, this is Austin. You got drunks everywhere. We talk about it all the time. This is nothing unusual. A person acting drunk and suspicious at a department store. We can't come in there with guns ablazing. We'd be crucified, and rightfully so. Anything else?
The caliber of the semi-automatic weapon?
I don't have that handy. Sorry. It is a semi-automatic, and he fired a total that I'm aware of at least 3 rounds.
Officer Padron's age?
He's 40 years old. He would have been 41 in July. Prior to being an Austin police officer, he worked for the Public Safety Emergency Management Department prior to our merger as an airport police officer for a short while. And before that, he worked for a number of years as a member of the San Angelo, Texas Police Department. There's been an interest in getting just a little bit more about him. Former Senior Officer Mike Sheffield is actually the person that recruited him and was listed on his emergency contact. So we've asked Mike through the family to come and just say a couple of words, and if there's any questions about him, Mike's here for that.